Well, my friends, it seems yet another snapshot has arrived for the Minecraft 1.20 update, and with it have come some very interesting features. For instance, there have been some changes to the Vex mob, which has been completely remodeled, and honestly, I think it looks really cool. However, what's most important to me are the new blocks that have been added in this snapshot, the block of bamboo and the stripped block of bamboo. These are basically the log equivalent for the new bamboo wood set that was added in prior snapshots. And as you can see, both of them have some very interesting textures. This, of course, has a green texture around the sides, while this one has more of a yellow one. But both of them share a very interesting top texture as well. And in the spirit of these new blocks being added, I have gone ahead and once again created a bunch of test designs here to kind of show off how each of the different blocks can be used and to hopefully inspire you for your own builds in your own worlds. But before we begin, if you enjoy any of the builds shown off in this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it, and you could stay tuned in for all of my upcoming snapshot videos. But getting right into things here, I wanted to show off kind of a clever way to use the new bamboo block as kind of a simulated rotting melon texture. This is similar to something I showed off a couple of weeks ago with the rotting pumpkin texture, but basically if you just put some glow lichen over the bamboo block, it does create a pretty convincing rotten melon, all things considered. And honestly, I think this would be great for some sort of garden build. And speaking of gardens, the new bamboo block is really good at helping to create kind of this dense foliage, as you can see here. I've gone ahead and mixed it with the azalea leaves, which I think matches up best. And I've also thrown some vines in here, which also line up with the texture very well. So if you wanted to create kind of like a dense undergrowth, maybe in a forest or a jungle, this I think would definitely be the way to go. However, for drier climates, you may want to try out this next little trick, which is using the bamboo block as kind of this imitation cactus type thing. And to really emphasize it, I've thrown on some amethyst buds to kind of act as cactus flowers on this design here, and honestly, I think it has turned out pretty well. I could honestly see this being really handy in detailing some desert areas in your world. And if you want to take it a step further, you could also throw in the spore blossom, which I think is a slightly more convincing version of the amethyst bud flowers here. But now, moving on to some wall designs here, we have this pretty interesting honeycomb looking wall. I'm not quite sure what to call this, but you can see I've used the top texture of the stripped bamboo to kind of simulate the honeycomb look a bit. And as you can see, the block itself sideways does mesh very well with the beehive block, which I thought was pretty neat. So something like this I think would work a charm for maybe a bee farm or some sort of exterior to maybe a honey shop or something. And then right next door we have this wall right here, just kind of showing off once again how the melon and the bamboo block are very similar in texture and can actually be used for some pretty interesting patterns. I've also made an interesting pattern here on the floor, mixing the bamboo mosaic block along with the same top texture once again. And altogether, I think this can create some pretty interesting rooms. And then for this next one, you may have to use your imagination a bit, but I wanted to try and create a vending machine design. And for this, I used the top texture of the bamboo to kind of simulate where the buttons would be on a vending machine. So you have the buttons there, and then on the inside, I've used the chiseled bookshelf to kind of simulate the shelves of different items on the inside. And honestly, I think it turned out pretty well. I think this would be a nice little detail to maybe put on the outside of a build. However, I have also gone ahead and created some details for the inside of buildings. So this is kind of a simulated living room area here. And as you can see, for the ceiling of this place, I have once again used the bamboo, stripped bamboo, along with the bee nest to create kind of an interesting mosaic. But then down here, we have some fun little details like this little bamboo chessboard using the candles on top of the top texture of the bamboo. And then over here, we have a really cool lamp design using the block of bamboo on top of an end rod. But folks, let me tell you, that isn't even the best use of the new bamboo block. No, no, no. The best use for the new block is definitely for roofing. I mean, just look at this beautiful roof design I've put together here. Not to pat myself on the back too much, but I think it looks really, really nice, especially in combination with the oxidized copper here and the mud. I think it meshes very, very well. And you may also be able to notice that in the windows here, I've put the top texture once again behind the glass. I think this kind of does a good job of detailing the window and kind of simulating what might be blinds or curtains in the way. And I think it just looks really, really nice overall. And then finally over here, I've also put together this really cool aviary, again, using the block of bamboo in combination with the melon, although this time it's a bit of a gradient from concrete up to the top where it's all bamboo. And it looks really, really nice, I gotta say. And in combination with all of the foliage down here, it really just creates a lush environment that I absolutely love. However, that, I'm afraid, is all the designs I have for today. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to tune in to the next one. Goodbye.